Hairline lowering brow lifts are something my patients have been asking about a tremendous amount, especially since I recently posted some of McKenna's videos. So the word hairline lowering brow lift pretty much tells you everything you need to know. It's a procedure where we bring the high hairline forward to decrease the size of the forehead. That's the hairline lowering part. And we also bring, to a varying degree, a sagging brow upward. One of the important things that I need to do when I'm doing that procedure is I need to control both of those motions independently. I need to bring the sagging brow upward at the right shape, in the right areas, as if it was the only procedure we were doing. And I also need to bring the hairline forward to the right shape, to the right remaining forehead length, as if it was the only procedure we were doing. And they are kind of pulling against each other, so it requires special care to control each of these as independent variables and not let the two of them impact each other's shape. The way the procedure is done, there is no way to do it without an open incision, because what we're doing is we're getting rid of a section of hairless forehead, and to get rid of that section, you have an open incision. Typically, that incision runs from one temple across the hairline to the opposite temple. I then free the scalp all the way back, and that sounds terrible, but this is just what it is, all the way back, pretty much to the back of the head. In that freeing the scalp, and then sometimes also scoring or relaxing the bottom of the scalp, we can get that hair-bearing scalp to move forward. Scalp is surprisingly resistant to stretch, so it takes a lot of effort to get hair-bearing scalp to move forward, even a half an inch or an inch. So for this kind of reduction, where I did probably a little over an inch of forehead reduction, it really requires expertise to get the scalp to come forward. When I do that, then that's when I commit and make the second incision underneath and get rid of the extra strip of skin. We don't just take that strip of skin out at the beginning, because if we don't get as much scalp advancement as planned, we would end up in trouble. We anchor the hairline into its new forward location. I anchor it directly to the skull, directly to the skull bone. And I do that by making what are called bone tunnels. They are little channels in the bone through which I can pass a suture. And in this case, I pass permanent suture. So I use permanent sutures to help bring that freed, relaxed scalp forward and hold it in its new location. The same surgery, before I close the incision, I free the forehead and I free the brows in varying ways to get their shape and rotation exactly the way I want to. Then I anchor the brow to those same bone tunnels using, in this case, dissolvable suture. I know it sounds crazy. One's dissolvable, one's removable, or one's permanent, but that's just what I do. And in that way, I've controlled the scalp advancement, the hairline lowering, and I've controlled the brow lift as two independent variables. And then we meticulously close the incision line so that it heals basically invisibly. The incision line is intentionally wavy. It's not a straight line, because when you close a straight line in the scalp, it looks like a hairpiece. When it's wavy, it has the natural irregularity of a naturally existing hairline. Patients who are good candidates for this are patients that have always had a high forehead and where the hairline starts above where the head starts to turn horizontal, and maybe we want to get that hairline down to where the forehead is more vertical. About the least that I would leave in a forehead is about 5.5 centimeters from the glabella to the new hairline. Much less than that, and I think the forehead looks too small. This is not a good procedure for someone who's having a receding hairline, either a male or female with male pattern baldness, frontal fibrosing alopecia, any other condition where the hairline is actively receding. If we do that incision, pull the remaining hair forward, that's not going to stop that process, and the hairline continues to recede. You could find some debate on FFA on that, but I wouldn't do it. It's best for someone that, again, was born with a very high hairline, and we can do this procedure in your 20s, 30s, or very commonly I do it if it's 20 years or 30s, we may not do the brow lift portion. We may only be doing the hairline advancement. Very commonly, though, I do it as a part of a face neck lift. I do use 2 drains for this procedure. I use a drain that drains the area over the brow to try to prevent black eyes, and I use a drain that drains the area I was working on towards the back of the head. Both of those are removed the morning after surgery. The sutures come out around the 7th day. I have little clips in the temples. They come out around the 10th day. And if you're only having the hairline advancing brow lift, people generally look pretty good by day 7, maybe day 10, certainly by 2 weeks. It's a great procedure by itself. It's a great procedure that exists together as a complex or comprehensive omakase facial rejuvenation. I personally don't offer just the hairline advancing procedure by itself because my practice pretty much focuses on face neck surgery, comprehensive rejuvenation. So if you'd like to have a hairline advancement with me, that will be part of an omakase comprehensive facial rejuvenation. I hope that's a good explanation for you, and thank you for your interest in the procedure. I hope you found this information helpful. If you did, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell icon so you can see my future content.